All right, all right. Woo, this is a day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. I'm coming to you live with a message of warning. Huge warning is coming forth, you guys. A lot of things is about to happen. We finna go through a lot of things that we keep on turning our faces and our hearts away. So I say unto you all, this is a huge warning coming forth because it's a lot of things taking place, and it's not like you can really change anything. Don't get me wrong now. It ain't like you can step into it and change it. But it's a different feel when you're walking in the light and you can see it for what it is. And it won't blindside you or get you to the point where you miss something and you wonder, well, why did that happen? And why is this happening? Why is these things going on? And what is taking place? So Sister Deborah is finna pour out some information to you as I step into it. I want you to just take heed. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. There's a lot of things taking place in the world today, but you have to first behold that which is spiritual. Yes. See, what is going on is they have forsaken the Most High, not just the Most High only, but the power of what he stands for. Forsaking the power that rests therein. It rests in his will and in the ways that is set before us, that is coming, that's predestined, that is ordained to happen. So it's a lot of things that's taking place in the world today. I'm going to kind of cover it just to kind of let you know what the Spirit of the Most High is telling me to give unto you. Okay. We're going to step into a lot of issues here. There is a lot of things that's taking place. Okay. We have things that are taking place that has been set up from the floor, meaning it has been prepared to go according to the way that it has been planned. Okay. And it's not going to switch. It's not going to change. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. So therefore, get ready, get ready, get ready. Now, I picked up a movie, an old movie, and it was made back in 2004. And it tells you everything that just took place in the year 2020 during March, April, and May. The whole year of 2020, all the way up until today, this movie that was made back in 2004, the whole overall, same thing. What that leads me to believe, being a prophet is in the wilderness, is that he's showing me that in spite of him in Proverbs 16, when he says he created the wicked for the days of evil, don't think he didn't have his T's crossed and his I's dotted. He informed me during this time, April of last year, about the beast being loose. But the good part about it is when he said he charged him to keep the light on. The light on represents mine's going to know who you are. That means the beast is going to do things and I'm going to be fully aware of what actually he is doing. But that is for those that he called and he have said, if it was so, it will fool my very elect. That's why the beast has to keep the light on, meaning whatever he does, there's going to be a light to those that are not going to be fooled, because it's something Yah put in them that they not going to be fooled or deceived by every step of the way of what's going on. You see? So what he did is, along with that, he also gave them this gift, and this gift called endurance. See, anything that the Most High Yah gives his anointed, appointed, that is assigned in his will to represent him, he gives them what the tools to work therein and to walk therein. In those tools also come faith. It is also a gift from Yah. But what happens with the beast is he's doing what he does best, what he was created for the days of the wicked, created for the days of evil. Now, he has to keep the light on. And with me, this is one reason I'm seeing what he's doing, but I don't see it like you all see it. You see, I see it clearly for what it is. Let me set an example. When Yeshua HaMashiach, which many call Jesus Christ, when he was on the scene, you notice it kept saying, and he said not a word, and he said not a word, and he said not a word. You know why? There was a lot of things he could have said, but his mission was limited. Okay? Why? Because he was coming to only do what Yah has assigned, appointed, and anointed him to do. Okay? So therefore, there's many of things that we are missing, because just as the Most High has appointed and anointed his beloved, his right hand power, his Christ to come on the scene with Yeshua, he has also done like unto to his appointed and anointed elect prophets and prophetess, and those who are called by his name to walk in his holy name. You see what I'm saying? So he have equipped us, but in spite of what the beast does or do, we're going to be able to see a light straight through it. Okay. So what Deborah is about to give you is what he has allowed me to see. Okay. And he wants me to keep my eyes on the beast and watch his every move. Now, you all see him to be one way, and you see the issues going on one way. And then here I am over here. I'm over here because I'm what you call enduring. I'm enduring what Yah is suffering me to see, but I cannot do anything about what I can see. You see, I have to endure the fact that here, these people over here, they can't see. So it hurts, you guys. It's a spiritual pain. It's a spiritual cry. It's a spiritual hurt to know that you see these things like Yeshua HaMashiach. He knew all these things, but he couldn't say a word because Yah charged him to only bring the mission in which he was appointed and what he was slain before the foundation to do. So he couldn't come here, and some things he just couldn't say. So when here I am in here, and I'm looking at these things first from the wilderness, and then I'm taught by the Ruach HaKodesh, and then he told the beast to leave the light on. You know, it's beautiful because you can see every move of the beast and how he's doing it. And that's why I come to you all today, to give you a huge warning. This thing is bigger than what your eyes can see. This thing is bigger than what your mouth can mumble. This thing is bigger than what your mind can think or even precept. This thing is beyond your understanding. This thing is critical. Hello, everyone in the live chat. It's good seeing you all. This thing is real. This thing is not what everybody making it out to be. It's beyond that. I'm telling you all, it's beyond that. It's according to the way he said it. Okay. Now, the stage I think that we're missing is also in Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and verse 7. We're missing a bigger picture. And that because we're missing it, and we can't see what the beast is doing, we're calling it any and everything and making wrong right and right wrong. That's another thing we're doing. And that's a warning. Stop making right wrong and wrong right. You can't do that because by and by, very, very soon, before your eyes, things gonna come and it's gonna appear and you're gonna be just as crazy as a loony bird because you ain't gonna all the things that you thought and you felt you taught and you precept and you knew and you read, it ain't gonna mean nothing. Come on here, Solomon. Tell them what it was like you told me, Solomon. Come on over here and tell them these people what it's like. Solomon went into vain and vats and worthless. You know why? Because he saw everything there was that the Most High suffered him to see under the sun. And when he saw it for what it was, not what the people wanted it to be or wanted to think it was or wanted to pretend it was or wanted to live that it was. It was what Yah wanted it to be. And so Solomon just started saying, wait a minute, this is vain and back, that's vain and back. All of it's worthless. Yes, it is. Because the things that are worthless are the things that we keep on meditating on, boosting up, bringing high, Everything that we're doing is fleshly. We're creating so much flesh, everything. And we're calling it as if it's something. And it's all vain and vats. So what Deborah was speaking on was the movie that I saw that was made in 2004. When I saw that movie, guess what? I'm trying to understand, well, wait a minute, Father, you allowed me to pick this movie, and it tells me the same story in which I am living in the year 2020 and 2021. You see how the beast, a light has been left on to just show that this is nothing new, y'all. This been in the making for quite a long time. Look like somebody not is still asleep if they call themselves awakened. You see, this thing been going on, but I'm gonna tell you all the truth about this here. I noticed it. This is when I caught hold of it. It's when they start to take the people's homes in 2011. And then when they came around and faked that terrorist attack on the 9/11, all of that, I saw straight through it. I saw it for clearly what it was. Everything, you all. I saw it for what it really stood for and what was behind it and how they were doing it and how they planned it and how the president was here and why he was here. Just everything just came to me, not just came, but because the Spirit of the Most High Yah, he's not going to have, he is ignorant. Okay. He's going to teach you every step of the way. He's going to walk with you. This is when you're walking in the light. Now, this ain't got nothing what you doing and playing in the dark and want to play patty cake, bake up, man, and you want to debate and you want this stuff is real. This stuff is real. It's realer than real. Now, watch this here. This movie was exactly what is going on now. Many of people have been whining about all these old movies that's been telling us what is happening today. No one will look at the Father and say, glory to be, Father. You've been warning us way back. No, they don't want to do that. They still want to live in darkness today as if he has not been warning them for at least 25, 30 years or longer. No one wants to look back and see that right hand of power been warning us all this time. He did not let the beast sneak up on us. He did not let the beast sneak up on us. The beast been here. The beast been here. Bill Gates and Obama. I remember when I was telling people in Atlanta, Georgia, and especially the men, they couldn't stand me saying that, but they was nice enough to come back. And when they would come back in the dry cleaners where I was working, it was a laundromat dry cleaner facility. And when they would come and get their suits and their clothes, they always touch base with me. They always said something to stir me up about Obama. So when they would come there, they would always say something. and they would stir me up about Obama, and I would tell them who Obama was. It bothered the men, though. It bothered the men that I felt that way. You know, and it wasn't a personal thing. It was a thing about telling them how the Most High was telling me he was breeded for a day as that. So even then, I didn't know the capacity of really who he is. Oh, he's the beast's right hand. He's the beast's right hand. When I mean the right hand in action, he's the flesh that's behind the scenes doing a lot of things that you wouldn't dare think or imagine. Oh, he's in it. Oh, yes, he's big. He's big in it. So when I was telling these guys, this was before he was elected, and they didn't like the idea. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what was really nice. It was several of them come back and they say, "Ma'am, we don't know how you knew." This years later, you sure knew what you was talking about. But I just hate to see it like that. Yes, it's a bad feeling. Yes, but it's nothing wrong with truth, because truth is coming to set you free. And it ain't coming to set you free in your flesh. It's coming to set you free in your inner man, so you can be able to walk in the light of the Most High Yah. You see, it ain't coming to set you free in your flesh. And right now, nobody don't want to be set free in their flesh. No way. Everybody wants to walk in their flesh as it is, because it brings them pleasure. It brings them assurance that all things is okay. They think everything is Yankee Doodle. But what's about to go down is what you're missing. Now let's get there. Like I said, that movie, along with many of people on these platforms, devil platforms, always talking about, oh, I saw this movie and I saw this movie. Did you see this movie that came out? This movie and this movie. You know, this is telling us signs. Let me tell you something. Since you didn't recognize all these movies, even the old movies, what are you doing? Are you still walking in the darkness? Or do the movies do anything for your spirit, man? It's so much is going on that's showing each and every last one of us, even Deborah, it's time to walk in the spirit of the Most High God, because it's so much darkness out here that it's not only make you know that you're walking in darkness, it makes you feel like you're walking in darkness, you know? So it's this darkness that you're in. It's like, if you're not for him, then you are against him. And if you're walking in this darkness today, you're against the Most High God. Even though you be on this devil platform and been on there for years, you're still walking in darkness. Not only are you walking in darkness, you're talking in darkness. And not only are you talking in darkness, you're leading many in darkness by deceiving many. All because everybody wants this platform. They want the devil platform. But then they talk about little X, X, whatever his name is. But wait a minute, the same platform he's on, realize it. Check this out. You on. This is the devil's platform. Now, if you ain't walking in the spirit, and Yah is not your teacher, his ruach, let me tell you something. If you think for 1 minute that platform that young man was on is any different than the one you on, you's a lie, and the truth ain't in you. Because this same platform is the same devil platform that he was performing his video. Same platform, same right hand of the beast. It ain't no different. But what happens is this. Do you walk in darkness and call it the light? Or do you walk in light and call out the darkness? Which one is it? You know, when I see these things that the Most High is showing me from the wilderness, I call it out. You know, I don't have time to get on here and play, you know, precepting and lining and little here. You know, I don't have time to give you all the worldly dirt just to keep my subscribers or my likes. I could care less, because I'm about my Father. And I know that my Father is about me obeying him. Now, if they didn't done this movie, this movie was made in 2004. I believe it went further back, the planning, because of the things I saw years ago. You know how the Ruach's supposed to bring things back to your remembrance? It's really good at that. It will bring things back to your remembrance when you were young, things that you saw, things that you heard, things that you were able to see into that many never was able to view, because he came to you in the midnight hour. He shared this with you. He showed you this, and he did things with you. You know, it was all for what we're in today and what's going to come in days after. Now, that movie was powerful, along with every other movie that I've seen. The reason why I was curious about this movie is because Father Yah, okay, I've been there, I've done that, I've seen it. I've seen several movies throughout time. This movie is the same, showing me exactly what they're about to do, or what they have done back in 2020 and now in 2021. But the outcome fits the biblical, the end. It fits it to the T. What it leads me to continue to believe, you hear what I said, continue to believe, is everybody obey Yah. Everybody obey the Most High Yah, except for the people that was placed under his name. That's deep. That is deep. Any and everything, from the mountain to the ocean to the sea to the grass to the sun to the moon, everything obey Yah, except for a people who say that we are the people, we are the awakening, we are the chosen. How is it that you're all that and some, which you could be, not you could be, but you are, but yet you're the only one that do not obey? That's deep to me. And want me to tell you something? Honestly, it's a lot of things went on in the Bible regarding heathens and strangers. They was obeying more than you are. And you find it pleasure in not obeying. You don't see nothing wrong with nothing that's going on, and nothing that we are doing, nothing we're saying, and how things we are conducting ourselves don't mean nothing. You don't have no strength, no backbone, no nothing to stand up and say, wait a minute, y'all, we need to look at ourselves and see how ugly we are. Oh, no, they don't want to do that, because they so busy blaming everybody else for messing with them. And they don't even know what they done messed up or messed on. The Most High Yah, he going to clean that mess up with that generation that's coming. You ain't going. I'm going to say it every time I get on here. You ain't going nowhere. Just like he told Moses. And those that was in the wilderness, you ain't going nowhere. And I'm going to tell you again, it ain't going to be you. So unpack your suitcase, okay, and get ready for the ride. Because for so long, even up to today, we are still the worst of the worst of people on the face of the earth. I know it. We want to blame everything, but if you start to read what proceed out of the mouth of Yah, he ain't talking to other races. Don't do this, don't do this. You did this to me, you did. He's talking to a people. Okay, now, the first thing I wanted to talk about was the guns and the gun law. Anytime they pass a gun law or they allow people to carry guns, that was one of the signs. That was one of the huge warnings that came forth. That was a huge warning that came forth, and the people missed it. The gun laws, there should have always been a law on carrying guns. I know Pastor Dow figured he didn't see a gun can cause your mind to be messed up from the floor. It gives you this here spiritual wickedness in the mindset of what you can do with it. You seen the clip of the young girl who went to Burger King, had her gun. She couldn't have been nobody. I'm just going to assume about 18, 19, maybe 20. She's in the window of Burger King with her gun inside the drive-through window. They got her on camera with her gun shooting at the people at Burger King. How dare we not have the right mind to understand The same one that made the law for his is also the one who made the law so that things can be governed on the earth. When we stand around and say, yeah, we all should carry guns like an ignorant pastor died. Everybody, I bet you if everybody carry guns, these people wouldn't be, you sick. You sicker than sick because somebody like him with a mind don't need no gun. Now this child is in the window. Didn't care if the cameras was on her. Didn't care if she shot somebody or not, saying that she's mad because you taking too long with her food. She comes through the window, through the drive-up with a gun. And this wasn't no play toy, y'all. It was real. Do y'all understand what people are doing with these guns? Do you all? No, I know you don't. Because you're too many of you in darkness. And when you're in darkness, you see wrong to be right and right to be wrong. See, when y'all uplift that law on guns, like he uplift that law for us telling people, they come telling me it's for children who needs that marijuana. When they uplift that out of nowhere, and it's out of nowhere. Guns, everybody can carry, you don't have to, stand your ground. Do y'all know what the stand ground is now? I bet you don't know it. It's passing all the other states. It's going through all states. Anybody can shoot you down. Now it ain't no stipulations. I mean, when they have rules and regulations, they cutting all that out. I think it was Ohio complaining, saying, what is they doing? That's because they got to follow the biblical. Let's go there, Deborah. In Matthews 24 and 7. For the nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. You know what that is? That's power, y'all. He ain't talking about Russia. He ain't talking about China, Iran. Oh, he talking about this country we're in right here today. This is what is happening right here. So when you thinking, he said nation against nation, he's saying the people against a people. A people against their own people. And a people against another nation of people in their own country. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. So when you think that it's okay to carry a gun and to have guns, it's all because people can't trust the one that can kill it all. So they have to go get things to what they say protect them. Can we really protect our flesh? Somebody need to speak up on that. Can we really protect our flesh? Everybody wants guns. I heard this one young girl tell this elderly lady, you better shut up or I'm going to pop you. In the store. Why? Because it's real, you guys. They set you up from the floor. This is a huge warning to you all. Keep on playing in the devil's playground, thinking what's right is wrong and wrong is right. It's too late. Sister Deborah can't say nothing about it. She can talk about it, but she can't do nothing about it. Y'all ain't going to step in and do nothing about it because it's time. It's on for him. We standing back. We disrespect him in all our ways. In all our ways. We want to continue walking darkness. Okay, tell you what. Okay. Here it comes. So know that the huge warning is set before you. It's coming forth in full force. Okay. So when you sit and hear people talking about, yeah, everybody should carry guns and we should be allowed to carry guns to protect. What are you protecting? If you're doing what's right and you're walking in righteous, what are you protecting? And who should be your protector if you're on this devil platform portraying to be somebody's pastor and y'all supposed to be your protector? Then tell me why you need weapons. That's why all the church start having, not all of them, but a large number of churches start having security policemen out on they parking lot, standing in their church. You see who their protection is? See, this is what people don't understand. This is the mind of men. I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep on saying it. And this is why he said in Isaiah chapter 3 that all the men of war and the mighty men shall die by the sword. Because see, y'all ain't playing. Because they thinking that they're going to be surviving, they're going to do this, and they're going to be ruling this. And no. They got y'all bent all up. They got you bent all up. They ain't seeing it for really what Yah has created it to be. You know, he's not going to let you come on top and you down here, only one down on the earth, disrespecting him, profaning his holy name, and don't have no respect for him. You see? None whatsoever, but you all this and all that. I really do. I want to say right now, Father, Yah, thank you for that small remnant you're going to take over to the New Jerusalem, for not the New Jerusalem, to the promised land to fulfill what you said to Abraham. Hallelujah. Because ain't now one of us going anywhere. Not with this mindset. Not with these hardened hearts, wicked and evil. And we thinking we going, so you ain't going nowhere. You're going to be just like the people in the wilderness. You're going to die where you at. You're going to die on this land of Babylon. Because you're all up in all kind of ways. You can see the error of, what's his name? Little Nasty XXZ or P or whatever. But you can't see, you see the platform he on. Y'all want you to know you on the same platform. Because you ain't telling nothing to nobody about his light, his love and his mercy and his grace. You ain't telling the people to lean to him, to praise him, to honor him. Stop profaning his name. Stop disrespecting him. Stop dishonoring him. His name is holy. Recognize that. Are you telling them that? No. You want to tell them all the dirt. And you want to continue to do it because you causing the great falling away to take his course. That's what you're doing. But in Matthew 24:7, he talks about nation shall rise against nation. Believe it or not, a people against their own people. A city against their own city. A community against their own. Believe it or not. This is what it is. That's how much darkness exists in this day and time today. Okay. Now, the gun laws is coming to kill, steal, and destroy. Not the law of itself, but the guns. You can't go anywhere and get guns. That's just showing you how much people then store it away. And a lot of people thinking they putting it away because of the country that's about to how would they say, cave in. Baby, this country been caved in. If you're going to let them put you in captivity in your home, close your stores, take your job, take your money, freeze everything, baby, guns can't outweigh that. See, the beast and got you already tagged with his mark. And you calling his mark a blessing. You calling his mark a gift from Yah. It is from Yah because that's that pale horse. Obeying. For the wicked. Things forth. Praying, but let me tell you something. You all are walking in darkness. Let me tell you. You're going to be caught out there in that darkness, in that night. Because let me tell you something, what I could see, hey, that door which has that light, it's halfway closed. So I'm saying this to any and everybody at the sound of my voice. You better get in that light. I mean, you better walk therein. And I'm talking about the light that Abraham walked in, the light that Isaac walked in, the light that Jacob walked in. I ain't talking about all this other light that these people on this devil platform is walking in because they don't understand. The same platform that boy made that video on is the same platform you on. You might not want to believe it. You might not own up to it. You might not accept it, but the truth gonna be told tonight. It's the same platform. And if you dancing to every music that the devil is playing on this platform, everything the devil wants you to broadcast to your people, And you ain't telling them anything the devil put on here. Oh, let's tell the people. Oh, they doing this. They do. Well, wait a minute. Hold up. What about the verses and what Yah said? Trust in him with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. Put on the whole armor. This battle ain't ours. Wait a minute. What is he talking about? We don't want to tell people stuff like that because we want them to stay where we are at. And that's in darkness, calling ourselves light. How do you think that during all this pandemic year and started in March, all the way up until today, which has been a year, just a little over a year. Notice no churches, nobody battling what's going on. Tyler Perry, is that his name? Tyler Perry. Guess what he just did, y'all? At Grady, I think it was Grady in Atlanta. He opened up an area called the Tyler Perry system. So that anybody that wants, that's going to be, that he's going to, because he just opened up his, I guess his new studio or whatever. Anybody that wants everybody that's coming on his studio got to get, it's mandatory, they got to get the shot. And he wants to make it available for not just them, but their family and friends. That's what Tyler Perry did. See? See what I'm talking about? And you know what? He's sitting there proudly. Iola Davis. Do y'all see that dress they got her in? It ain't they got her made up, and you should see what the dress she got on. Got her made up. To me, it reminds me of the young man that was on the devil platform, little XZP or whatever. They got her looking like that. And then they got a couple of other actors playing a devil role or demon role. I'm like, what is everything the Negroes, any and everything they say to us to do, we do. We run after all that stuff that's wicked and evil. Easily. Why is it so easy for us? If they tell us, well, the Bloods were downtown in our city and they had on purple, everybody's wearing purple. That's how they always got us, y'all. They just said a word. We were so vulnerable of a people, so weak. We wasn't like that because we got over to this country. Y'all said we was like that before we even got over here. He said they use being over here, and that's something he don't like. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. He don't like how this Hebrew Israelite movement have lied about what someone's doing and done to them when they were doing these same things over in their promised land with milk and honey. Y'all had to run them out. Tell me that ain't deep. When y'all was one to give something and take it back. This one he did because he pleaded too much. He begged them, don't do that, don't do that. And then guess what they started doing? Killing each other. Oh no, our brothers ain't gonna tell y'all about that either. They ain't gonna tell you nothing about that. And a lot of other things that they were doing. He had to run them out of that land. And he made that land worth nothing. So those that think they got that land, they got some, baby, they ain't got nothing, he said. But polluted land. That's what he said. Desolated and polluted until he come. Until he prophesies to it and tell it to restore itself. He said, until then, it's dead in his eyes. So when they think they got something, they ain't got nothing but dead land over there in the eyes of Yah. And we thinking we supposed to run over there to where that land is at. And those that are over there, they think they got something. Baby, you ain't got nothing. If Yah ain't called it up and he ain't called it down. And he already said in his biblical that it's the land is desolated and polluted from him. He said that's what it is until I prophesies to the mountain and tell it to restore itself. And until then, it's what it is, what he said that it is. So it was a time period when this new awakening, they was telling everybody to run over there to the other side and get over there because this is where I promised. They don't know what they talking about. They never did. They still on this devil platform, dancing to the devil beat and don't even care and could care less. They so busy trying to get the subscribers and the like. They don't understand. They ain't no different than, what's his name? Nasty, a little nasty X, the next, whatever. But that alone, we must understand we are playing in darkness and in the night. Guns are out here by great numbers. We have our young men, and I heard this from a friend that I've been going to school since I was in elementary, not elementary, yeah, in elementary. He told me, he said, Deborah, I know you coming back from Atlanta. He said, but I'm gonna school you on it. They got guns and they killing each other by great number. And I said, well, and who's leading this? Tell me something. I said, I'm seeing this and I'm seeing it in great number. Why are these young girls being killed like this? And why are these young men killing each other like this? He said, Deborah, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's the old heads. He told me that. He said, it's the old heads behind it. I was like, what you mean the old heads? Okay, he said. Remember back in the days how I lived? I said, yeah. He said, yeah. When they behind it, all of the old heads are behind it. They got the young men. They make sure they supply them with guns, and they got the young girls going, taking advantage of working men and pretending that they are going out with them and dating them, and they end up breaking their bank accounts, stealing their money, stealing their wallets. And these old heads that thought they had a young girl and a young somebody's baby, somebody's child, because here they are 70 and here you is with somebody 16, 17, you think you got it going on. You ain't got nothing. You see, you want to think it's the game, and she done had 20 million men, and here you thinking you got something. You ain't got nothing but a fantasy in your mindset. And that's what a lot of men are. They just messed up from the floor. Because when they run around here talking about, I got a virgin, or I got this, you ain't got nothing but spirits, baby, that's feeding your lust. Let me go there. You ain't got nothing but spirits that's feeding your lust. That's all you got. You ain't got nothing but somebody's baby. When it come down to business, taking care of things, getting things done, now one of them can break a leg. Okay? So, and a lot of them have had. They don't look at the fact that this young girl done had more men than they done had women. They don't look at it like that. See, their mindset, that spirit, oh, I got me a young girl. Yeah, I'm with a young girl. And then they begin to give them their money. When they break their bank account, hey, they killing them. That's what he told me. And let me tell you something, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. He know. He knows. He said they're killing them. But he said the old heads are putting them up. But the young men are killing these. I said, but low, they killing each other like, cause one blink of eye. He said, yep, they're going down. He said they're going down quicker than, the rain. That's how he always used the sky, things that's come down. He says going down, they're going down quicker than the rain, Deborah. And I'm like, but why would y'all want to do that? He said, ain't me. I've been and came out of all that. He said, but it's just that I'm telling you the truth. I can share that with you because he's been knowing me 50, 60 years. He said, when I know you, we know each other. We go all the way back. So he just wanted to let me know that's what's going on. When I moved back here from Atlanta, I was like, because every time you turn around, my sister was going to funerals. This girl died. This got shot up. 5 of them in the house got shot. 10 of them in the house got shot. Oh, 3 over here got killed. 3 over here. I said, what is going on? The game is you cross me out. You break my bank account. I'm coming for you, your mom, and everybody else. Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to play a game. But everybody's sitting here talking about what the Caucasian doing to it, what the oppressor doing to it, what the white people doing. But ain't nobody looking within their own race. See, y'all ain't going to come to you and help you if you want to identify wrong to be wrong and right to be right. They slash it all over the place on this devil platform. They call wrong right and right wrong. And y'all's be holding it all because he said, okay, Deborah, when that time comes, when they need me, watch where I'm going to be at. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He said, watch where I'm going to be at. He said, too long. Too long. And when he say too long, y'all got to understand, these are thousands of years. This ain't because you've just been born and doing your time. He's been thousands of years. He's been with these people, pleading with them. And you think they gonna make it to the promise, the promised land? No. This is a rehearsal of what took place. Identical when the children were brought out of Egypt. They never made it to that promised land. They made it to the wilderness. Bam, and they died there. See, they never got a chance to go over to the promised land. But they seeds The children did. And they went over there and did the same thing to the forefather. So right now, before it ends, if you thinking that you're going over to the promised land, come on here, Solemn, tell him. Solemn, tell him about it. Staying in backs. You ain't going nowhere because you're still walking in darkness. You're still walking in the night and calling it light. Ain't nobody feeding the people. He said the harvest is right. I mean, the people are ready to hear truth. Their spirit is prepared to accept the Most High Yah. They're yearning and they thirsting. Thank you, Father Yah, that you're going to give them the water that they're going to need, that they will never thirst again. Because if you're waiting for a message on this devil platform to soothe your spirit, your heart, your soul, and your mind, and to give it to the Most High Yah, you can hang it up. It can't be found. You got to find it within you. I said Viola Davis, the entertainment. She's trying to win awards or the reason, whatever she's trying to get. You should see how they got her dressed. You talk about this little boy that did the ex little whatever. You should have seen her, and as well as Tyler Perry. Look what he doing. And it's two other actors, male actors. You should see what they got them dressed like. And my daughter said, she's 18. She said, Mama, when I saw that, I thought that was so sad. It's sad. It's sad, but it's real. And how you get through it is through the light. The light gonna always be there to comfort you and let you know, see? This is why it's worth getting to the light. Because this dark mess right here, everybody is embracing it. Just like the young man was in DMX or XD and DMX or whatever. And they sitting saying what he did that caused him to be in the hospital. Let us pray. Wait a minute. Pray? They better just say, Father, let thy will be done and keep it going. You see? Because I don't get why we connects to wrong and making it right. And we take right and make it wrong and feel good about it. Our emotions and everything feels good about it. That's not what it's about in this day and time. It's over, y'all. It's over. Okay. Now, those entertainment and like Tyler Perry opening up that thing for all for his whole crew to get vaccine and their families and friends. Stand your ground law. Do y'all hear what's going on with that? It's getting ready to, it's already passed. I think they say in 3 states, or maybe it's probably more than that, where the stand your ground meaning now it has a new way of approaching what you do with your gun in your hand. And the new one is shoot anybody that gives you a hard time. See, y'all don't understand what's going on. Nation got to go against the nation. It's over, y'all. It's over. See, while we're sitting here getting ready for the stimulus checks and our taxes and all this, we ain't even seeing how the beast is laying it out. You know why? He didn't keep the light on for you. He kept it on for me. You know? So I may see his every move in what he's doing. Many of you all are so far in darkness, you can't see him in there. And nothing he does, can you see him? Okay? Now, the young man with Floyd, the Floyd guy who lost his life by the police kneeling his knee in his neck. That's another clown. They clowning. Nationwide television. Now, last year when they were doing all that marching, the first thing I said is this: if you can't march, if you know, what was it? I don't need you to march with me, talk with me, side by side. If you can't die for me, get out of my way. Do you see any of them marching now? Do you see them doing this trial? Do you see any of those Caucasian, them Orientals, or all these other nationalities marching beside us now? or marching on the behalf of what they was marching for at first. When the Floyd guy got killed by the cop, do you see them out now? Why? Because it wasn't about you. It wasn't about Black Lives Matter. First of all, you first have to matter within yourself. And then in your family, and then in your neighborhood, and then in your city, and then in your state, and then we take it from there. You got to matter when it comes down to these men killing in great numbers, and you can't see it. Yeah, I see it. But guess what he said? He said, but Deborah, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to them. Don't keep telling them, because they're all going down. Because see, it's right now, it's in that man's house. It'll be in there soon. See? And all the guns Pastor Dowles think he got, let me see if he don't want to shoot himself with them after a while. Because see, one thing people don't understand, y'all is not playing. This is a huge warning to all of you all out there that's walking in this darkness. And don't say you walking in the light, because you ain't in no light. Because if you were walking in the light, you'll be leading the people to the bosom of the Most High God, so that they can thirst only for what he has to give them, so they won't thirst no more. They won't be thirsting for what you're going to say on your next page. They won't be thirsting to like what you're talking about. They be thirsting for the Most High God and his ways and his light, his anointing, his Holy Spirit, his love, his mercy. Not all what you got on your page and what you got to talk about, because you ain't talking about nothing. Okay? Stand your ground law is finna go all over this country. See, a lot of y'all don't understand. When it says in the Bible, they're going to be looking over here to this country and they're going to see smoke, because we finna destroy each other right here on this land. That's what's about to happen, you guys. No, you ain't coming out. You've been in them so long and you're still in them. He don't send his prophets and his prophetess to tell you, to say something to you just to be said. You ain't going nowhere. So you know why? It's time to get your spirit right with him, so you can see the New Jerusalem. But if you think you're going walking over in the promised land, you ain't going. So get your spirit right, so you can rest in the New Jerusalem. You see? Because that is what matters. Because going over to the promised land, all of those that's going to even go over there, still going to have a judgment before the throne of the Most High God. But you ain't going. So you better start now. And this is a huge warning. And you'll get it. You'll get it when you start to see everything actually taking its course. You'll get it. You ain't got it yet, because you think it's about what you're talking about. And I have never in all my life seen such ignorant men. No man is as ignorant as the Hebrew Israelites. They some ignorant men. They run around here still trying to think that, oh, it's about being in subjection. If you can't subject to your pastor, your watchman, your leader, your moorang, whatever, it ain't about trying to get people to be subjected to you, under subjection to you. It ain't about getting your wife under subjection to you. It's about being under the subjection of the love of the Most High God and walking therein. I don't want spirits under my being subjected. I'm under subjection to me. I want them under the subjection to the Most High God. That's where I want them. I want them to go and give their heart, soul, mind, and strength over to that great love of who he is. All that mercy and grace, he just keep pouring on out. Woo! Just pouring it out. And we sit here. So-and-so coming on YouTube. Oh, I got to go over on Patreon. They over there ain't talking about nothing. I learned something, though, you all. The few days I've been off of here, you all like dirt more than you like anything. Dirt is not a part of righteous, y'all. If you're hearing people constantly teaching you the dirt and not giving you any feed or food for your spirit, then they are not of Yah, and they only feeding your flesh. You need the light because the light is going to take you into the righteousness. The light holds the endurance gift. It holds the faith gift. It holds the spirit of truth, spirit and truth gift. It holds righteous. This is what the light holds. And so as long as you walking therein, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Because when everybody is falling out and falling over, flipping and turning, trying to, you're going to be the one to give them what they need. Your light going to shine so that they can see that you are the child of the Most High Yah. You belong to Yah. They're going to need you, you see, in the midst of all this darkness, okay? The young man that was a witness of Floyd, the Floyd guy that died, okay? Let's say, for instance, him. He's pleading the Fifth Amendment. Why? He'd rather be a liar than speak truth. You see? You see how when you're willing to speak truth and righteous, Yah is for you. But he ain't for you if you want to be a lie just because you're afraid of what they're going to do, what they're going to say, and how they're going to treat you. Even if it costs you your very life, learn. You won't feel it. You'll come and you'll come. You see? But it's the day and hour in which Yah will call you. It's not their choice. So why do what they say do and the way they say do it? And when it's all said and done, it's going to eat you up the rest of your life. So he's pleading the Fifth Amendment so he won't have to testify. And he was right there. Okay, the Asians and versus the black. Matthew 24, verse 7, and nation shall rise against nation, people against people. We there already. We've been there. Okay. Another thing about the gun law, you guys, from what I can see from the Caucasian, they're ready. Any little thing that would tick them off, they're going to shoot up somebody. It might not be black. It might not be white. It might be Asian. They don't care. They got time bombs waiting to explode. This is why I said any fool go around here enjoying the fact that you can carry guns and that you feel everybody should have a gun. That's why everybody out there is going to be like Golden Corral. They're going to be shooting each other left and right. Yes, they are. And guess what? The beast set it up just like that. You see? A lot of them don't even understand what is going to happen. They don't understand what's going to happen in this land. It's already fallen. It already fell. Babylon already fallen down. Okay. Now the things that the beast setting up is because the people here got to be destroyed. They got to be destroyed. They got to. So they're going to let them destroy each other from the inside. Everything. That's why you thinking they open up the border. You know them people over there that's coming over here? Y'all don't know a thing about them. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Letting them all come on in. They coming in. And that's the plan. Because they want it to be a war within a war. Within this country. They're trying to get it so much to be going on here. It's a chaos. And while we're going to be here fighting and how would I say, crawling for our lives, those who have set it up from the floor up, like Bill Gates, Obama, the beast, all of them, not so much as the beast is going to be present, period. But they're going to be off to the side in another underground bunker because they already set it up from the floor and did an excellent job. Had not Yah told me he made the beast to keep a light on, I'm going to tell you the truth. They have done an excellent job. Excellent job. Because to me, everybody is a fool in this day and time because they seeing everything going on and ain't nobody seeing it. And when my oldest son, he came, he said, "But Mama, do you see what the people are doing?" He said, "But Mama, Nobody saying a word. Because when it really when it hit the floor, and it will, everybody gonna run around here trying to take out each other. They don't care about their mama, their daddy, their sister, their brother, their cousin, their uncles. They don't care. That's what this is gonna be, a war ground, to where other countries gonna look over here and see us. They ain't gonna do nothing to us. They ain't gonna do nothing to us. We're gonna do it to ourselves right here. It's gonna be a showdown. And they doing it every day. Now, the Asians against the blacks, they know that's a setup from the floor. It's one Asian, I think I'm saying it right. He's a landlord, and a black a young man and woman was his, they was leasing from him. He called the police and he said that they had a gun. And they didn't. The police chewed them out so bad. So you got all these police cars out here, and you lied and said they had a gun. See, look how many police came out. All them police come out to mow them a black man down. And now they can't mow them down. So they angry with they showing it, going off and cursing the man out. Saying, why did you call and say they had a gun and they didn't have a gun? Because they mad. Now they can't shoot him down because everything's being filmed, and they can't just mow him down like they want. He had a gun. Let's get him, y'all. Bam, bam, bam. So just imagine they changing the laws. I think it's 3 states already passed the law that to stand your grounds don't mean nothing no more. Stand them. That means if somebody say something to you, somebody look at you suspicious, shoot them down. Y'all got to hear it. Y'all, I'm sure y'all didn't heard about it. Yep, that's what's coming on, because the whole idea when you look at it and you watch the purge ain't got nothing on what they didn't set up for this country. From the inside at that. You know how the Twin Towers, how is it that people see the Twin Towers being blown up from the top, but that ain't what fell down? It fell from the bottom. They exploded it. So that's the set time they had. When it crashed, we're going to explode from the bottom. It can't explode from the bottom if the top is what been hit, but it exploded from the bottom. Nobody said a word. It's just amazing. But it's amazing to me, but I also have a lot of respect for what y'all told me. Deborah, I already charged that beast. You better leave a light on so you can see. I thank the Most High for that. He said, because if it was so, it would fool my very elect. Y'all letting you know now. Mine ain't going to be fooled back, nor deceived back. And I'm sitting here saying, I remember when them towers came down, I said, why is the people sitting there saying they attacked? That was a setup. Even when I saw a Bush in the classroom, his eyes told me. I was able to discern his eyes. Oh, they did it. They finally did it. He was around the most innocent thing on the first face of the earth, which is babies. Young children. Young children. See? That's just how he was away from the White House and away from anything this was such a setup. And they still doing this vaccine and all this here. No one said a word. Beast is on. I'm telling you. He done made this thing and got everybody. And Bill Gates, he's just as phony and Fauci or whatever his name. He just as phony and fake, and nobody saying a word. Everybody just letting them just speak and control and rule. And I'm like, Father, what is this? What are they doing here? But you know what Sister Deborah's going to tell you right now? I'm not looking over there to the other land. I'm looking to the New Jerusalem. I'm looking to tell you to get to the light. So you too may see the New Jerusalem. When you stand before Yah, He already see the light that's on you, which is your spirit and the blood of Yeshua HaMashiach on you. See, a lot of them think they just going to walk in because they're on this devil platform. And if you really, just like the church, you see all the pastors and the bishop, they shot out and nobody said a word. Nobody ain't said a word. All the churches closed down. The bishop's gone. Everybody just gone. Church members, you know how many people there was? There's a church on every corner. All that mess is closed down. They close your schools. All the black kids' schools are still closed. A lot of them are. Not all of them. But all the white kids' schools, I'm talking about in Missouri, a lot of them, the white kids' school been back to school. But see how they do us as a people? I don't think that they do us as a people. We do it to ourselves. I sit back and see all the schools that have closed, our stores. We don't want nothing. We are people that don't want nothing, ain't never wanted nothing. That's why we got kicked out of the land that was given to us, that was floating with milk and honey. We are a ugly people. And until we able to look in the mirror and see ourselves, y'all ain't coming to help us. We got our ignorant Hebrew Israelite men still on these platforms talking about women submit to us so we can, or submit to your pastor, your leader. You know what? When these men start to submit themselves to the Most High Yah, in spirit and in truth, then will they see what Yah is capable of doing. But they ain't gonna want to do it. They didn't do it on the promised land, y'all. That's the land that was flowing with milk and honey, the richest land that ever hit the face of the earth. At least one of it, the main one. They didn't know how to act then. What makes you think they're gonna be in the Western world, over here in another land of their captivity, and they're gonna be all right? Wake up, y'all. What gonna make them all right? They don't have no unity. They don't have no love. They don't have no peace. They don't have no joy amongst each other. They definitely don't have no love. They have more hate. They walk in darkness. They don't want nothing. They want lust desires. They want their lust fulfilled. They never mimic nothing Yah sent down here for them to walk the footsteps to walk in. They went into everything. They gave them the lust and the desire to control and be a ruler and a leader. And now want them entitled because they ain't learned to be under the leadership of Yah. But they want a woman to run behind them. I have an issue with that. You know why? Because Yah has taught me too much in the wilderness to come down, to have me to come down here to this devil's platform and tell you all that it's all good. We awake and we need to be supportive of the men. No, be supportive of spirits. You all, say for instance, if you are in the light and you walking therein, why should you follow somebody that's walking in darkness, that ain't even submit themselves under the mighty hand of the Most High Yah? But you're supposed to submit to him. Come on now. You're submitting to darkness. Only time you submit to him when you see him, submit to Yah. You see what I'm saying? When he submit to Yah, you fall down before him and submit to him. See? And it's a sight to see. It's something you can really behold. A man of the Most High Yah? Huh. Why would you think Sarah called Abraham Lord? She wasn't calling him that because he wanted her to submit to him. She was calling that because she knew who he was in Yah. Not now one of these Negroes have displayed anything. Pastor Dowles, GOC, and none of them have displayed anything that entitled him to be anything to be submissive under them. Nothing. But these silly women, like the book said, go following right behind them. Sister Deborah, I know you said when you talk about that, I'm going to talk about it till I'm in my grave, as long as the Most High keep putting it in my spirit to speak. Because you know what it is? It's spirit and it's truth. And what it's really saying is, men, you better pull up your pants and put a belt on, first of all, and stop letting your back end show. Get your mouth out from between that woman's legs and get her mouth out between your legs. See, this thing is about lust and a good time. This ain't about nothing spirit and truth. Start being about your father's business. These ignorant women rather have a man in their bed in darkness than to have Yah in their bed in light. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Wake up and know that he is who he said that he is. He said he'll be a mother. He'll be a father. He'll be a sister. He'll be a brother. He'll be a friend. He'll be all that and some. Why? Because once you walk in that light, let me tell you something. Everything dark has to cease. Okay? They open up the borders because they bring in more wicked in, y'all. They're opening up the borders. Nobody saying a word. They open up the borders so they can bring all the demonic wickedness into this country, because that's all this country is and it's consists of. And I know you don't believe it. Why did Yah send you here? and on the four corners. Okay? But this country, why does he want to bring this one down? Why is this one coming down? Because it's the wickedness. And he brought you here to be what you are. Wicked. Okay? Learn to understand Solomon, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and Isaiah. Learn to understand them. Because in that, you hear Yah's mouth going like this here. You don't never hear him shut up. Oh, they ain't going to take you there. But they're going to take you to Israel, whatever all them books in Enoch and all these. But they ain't going to take you where you hear them what proceed out of the mouth of Yah. Go to Solomon. Go to Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, and hear Yah talk you up and talk you down. Okay. We talked about Tyler Perry opening him a center. I think it's in Grady Hospital, a clinic, like where he can get everybody vaccine, honey. That's your people. That's your people. See what I'm talking about? They got all these actors and all these black people making sure all the black people are going to be vaccinated. What's going to be left? Just like I told y'all. What's going to be left, y'all? Let me tell y'all what's going to be left. Them young children, the small remnant. Oh, yes, that's what's going to be left, babies. They're the ones going over to the promised land. Your tail ain't going nowhere. You see? Remember that small remnant? When you see your people being vaccinated by great numbers, then you know they gone. You know they out. Because what? It's going to leave it to a small remnant. And it's going to be those young ones, those babies that's not getting the vaccine. And all the ones that they tried, they said now they finna start vaccinating the babies 6 months and older. They're going to try to get all the black ones, the tribe of Judah, I put it, vaccine. They're going to make sure they try to get them. But guess what? They don't understand. A small remnant going to be left. The Yah's going to clean up. Even them going to need to be cleaned up. Because normally Yah destroyed them all. He destroyed. When he destroys something, he wipe it out. But he got to take that remnant. He got to clean that remnant up. I'll get you ready. Then he got to speak to the mountain of Zion. He got to speak to them in the grounds, the trees, the mountains. Restore. I'm bringing them home. Hallelujah. Restore. I'm bringing them home. The promise of Abraham. It ain't going to be you. It ain't going to be you. Because you're still walking in darkness. So you might, like what Solomon said, it's vain and facts. Solomon said, well, let me get on over here and do what I do. Whatever he gave it to me to enjoy. Let me enjoy it. And see, but Solomon is one of the seed. Because in Matthew's 1, there goes Solomon. But you won't see Moses. See, Moses kept going up against Yah. You see, and that's all you hear the Hebrew Israelites. Moses is, and Moses that, and Moses this. But wait a minute, where is Moses in Matthew's 1? When he named all the seeds? Where is Moses? I didn't see him. Maybe you can find him. Maybe you can tell me that. Because I didn't see Moses in there. Nowhere in it. Where's he found? Okay, now we're to the money. People, the reason why the government is about to give women money for the babies and the children, not because they love you, not because they know you need it, not because you see that money, it's like death row, the last meal. They're giving it to you because they know your nation of men is already killing you for every penny they give you. The men gonna be out there killing these women and their babies for those checks and that money coming in. These men's gonna be running back to the households, even if they ain't the father. They're gonna run back to the households because they don't know these women's giving the money. That's why they're making it public and widespread and making a big thing out of it. We're giving all the women that have children this lump sum of money, and it's going to start. You all don't see the beast. You don't see the light on. Hallelujah. You don't see the light on. The light is him showing You exactly the steps and the move of the beast. People thinking they giving you that money so because you need it. All these years they haven't given you nothing. But they're going to all of a sudden give it to you now. You think you're going to want to work? For what? You think these men ain't going to be killing these women, beating them, crime, murdering? It's already high amongst our people. You all are naive and deceived because they're not telling you the truth on these platforms that they are killing by great numbers. First thing they say, when they doing it, who cares? Who gives a rat's behind what they do? You have disgraced the name of the Most High God. Holy is His name. And you profane it, you disrespect it. And then turn around and say, when they doing it, and you was the one that was put up under His name. So you can't say they doing it. You got to deal with you. If we can't say anything about our own nation and our own family, our own nation, we sick as a sick can be. We messed up from the floor up. You see? The issue is the nation been going loose way before they got over here. They was loose like this in the promised land. They loose like that now. Just going to and fro, doing all kind of crime, all kind of things. And nobody saying a word. Nobody. But then have nerve to get on here talking about they call themselves marching and tearing up. Wait a minute, why you don't say something about that? Why aren't you saying something that's going to bring the people together? That's going to love on the people and get them and get them toward the vision of Yah. No. You ain't gonna do that. Let me go to another one. The government money is a setup, y'all. It's a setup for the floor up. Now, what makes you think that the women that's on welfare, that's collecting money for their children, even the one that's working, collecting the money for the children, what makes you think that it's 99.9, I ain't gonna say 99.9, said 90% of them don't have the man in the house. Where you gonna think they're gonna be then? Not working, not doing anything, waiting for that check to come in that they giving them, and you're gonna see a great number of murdering. You're gonna see our men for who they are. You think you ain't seen them? You ain't seen them because they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk and show you what they people are really like. But the reality, the truth of the matter, we are the ugliest people on the face of the earth. I'm here to tell you, this nation is the ugliest one on the face of the earth. Yes, we are. And it's because of what we've done to the Creator. And even the heathens know that. That's why they treat us the way that they treat us. Because the way we treated who they know is the Creator. So that's a setup. The guns, the passing the law for marijuana, giving this money to the family, all of this is a setup. And it's to bring racial division also. It's to bring a lot of chaos to this land, y'all, this country, from the inside out. They ain't Russia and all of them ain't worried about you. They believe it or not, they believe in what proceeds out of his mouth more than what you think you believe. See, it's bigger than you are. Because as you see, there are some issues where he's going to battle at the end, but he's still communing with the heathens. That's deep. See, it's a lot of things they ain't going to tell y'all because they want you to be what Yeshua told the disciples not to be careful, to be deceived. And you already been deceived from the floor up. Deceived. Because the truth of the matter, Sister Deborah going to tell you, and it'll be a day you two will see. You ain't getting up out of here. This land you going to die on. They didn't get out of the wilderness, and guess what? You ain't getting out of Babylon. So you better start getting your spirit together with Yah. You better start knowing what love is. You better start repenting to those you have wronged and done wrong to. You better start loving on people that you wouldn't even think that you wanted to love. You better start forgiving people who have done things to you and wrong you. Forgive them. Let it go and let Yah have your spirit in his life. Start taking care of the homeless, giving to the needy. doing all kind of things that Yah would do, have you to do, that shows his love. We need to start doing things that shows his love, that represents his love. Not this devil platform. It don't represent his love. It uses his name. It profanes his name. It dishonors his name. It disrespects his name by coming on here, bringing the worldly mess and not giving them the light to walk therein. Just saying, go to the light. You see? So we did cover the guns, the marijuana, all of that is a setup from the floor up. And the guns, they're out there and they're carrying, you guys. They are carrying guns. Young women, young men, middle age, they're carrying, waiting for you to even blink an eye. They ain't gonna care. It's gonna be a time when you go to the store, you're gonna see a shootout. You're gonna go to the movie theater, it's gonna be a shootout. It's everywhere you go, it's gonna be a shootout. And it's not because you ain't got no gun. Some ignorant people sitting there saying everybody should carry guns. Okay, gotta be their God. Their protection would be their gun. See, Yah is your shield and your protector if you're walking in his light. That's the importance of walking in his light. Okay, so this is some of the things that I want to cover. If you all get on the thing and you see the young lady who was in Burger King hanging in the window in a drive through window with her gun, that's an example of how deep it is. Now, you hear the Negroes, Hebrew Israelite, blaming the Caucasian for everything, but they don't see how their babies, their little girls, and their sons is conducting themselves. Why? Because the father is conducting himself. See, Yah said, Deborah, if they would only understand, and it ain't no understanding in them. See, the understanding is the Ruach HaKodesh. It ain't in them. Because if they would, they understand you can't get it together from the bottom. You got to get it together from the top. And we know Yeshua, Yahuwah and Yeshua, ain't nothing wrong with them. So where's the only one we got to get together is the men. And he said once that they would get themselves together, everything else will fall in place. You see, we would automatically submit. How? In our spirit. Because we see they serving Yah in their spirit. How can you not submit to a man that's serving the Most High Yah and putting him head? Who couldn't? Who? I make sure you have everything you need and some. That's how it should be. When you see Yah working in him, you see him loving on your creator. He better be your all in all. Anything he wants you to do. Anything he have you to do. When he have a toothache, you have a toothache. When he need glasses, you need glasses. When he's sick, you sick. You see? That's how it should be. But you got to see him in the light. You can't see him walking in all kind of darkness, trying to rap like the world. Get out of that mess. See, they ain't got even sense enough to even, the men ain't got sense enough to even come out of the rapping. They still in the Hebrew Israelite movement, think they can still rap their way on to Yah. Get out of that mess. He said, all things pass away. You become a new creature. That means you can't go back to the way the world do things. You can't even be See, men has a tendency, the tribe of Judah have a tendency of mimicking what they see. They on here telling people that they can drink. Not telling people that if you start with this and you keep doing this, it's going to lead to this. They don't tell them that. Oh, you can drink. You can have wine. Everything starts somewhere. But where it ends up is where you don't want it. So don't start something that you don't want it to end like. You want to start it like you want it to end. See? But they don't get that. There's something missing. You see? And that's something that I myself couldn't even, how would I say it? Explain it to them because they're too far gone. They're too far gone. Do you all know how long he dealt with Israel, the tribe of all 12 tribes in the land of milk and honey? Y'all, he dealt with them begging and pleading. And every time you turn around, he's sending a prophet to tell him, y'all get right. Please don't do this. Please don't do that. Y'all shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Do it like this. Do it like this. Don't do that. Don't do. Hundreds of years, y'all. You think 400 years got something on you? Go back and read. Then come back and tell Sister Deborah something. Because you can't. You're so busy letting them lead you and tell you what it said. The Holy Spirit is coming to teach you all things and to bring all things to your remembrance and to show you things to come, to comfort you. That's when people trust in that and believe in that, or else they can go to man. And that's what they do, 99.9. We're going to trust in what we can see. We want to go on YouTube and see men talking this and talking that. Oh, that's a good message because he's telling you what the word doing. Okay, when you finish with that, touch base with the hem of his garment and bring it on home. You can start off talking about the word, but bring it on home. Bring it on home to him. Start off telling him what the word doing. Detach it to God. They ain't going to do it because they'll lose you. I've seen it. I've seen here when I say, y'all, we need to pray. We need to forgive, ask him forgiveness and pray. In fact, those got the less views. I didn't even pay attention to it because I could give a rat's behind. But the Most High said, look at the ratings. And this happened last week. He said, look straight down. Anytime you told them to praise and honor me and to pray to me and to turn to me and to walk in the light, all of them is low. I was like, okay. So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Because he said it just as plain. It ain't in them. It ain't in them, Deborah. But you do what I tell you to do. Even though I know it never was in them, and it ain't going to be. That small remnant is going to come, those babies who's not going to get destroyed during this time. They tear each other up from the floor up in this country. So get ready, get ready, get ready. They've been poisoning us. I've been many videos showing y'all every food, they put double the sugar. Look on everything you got. They put it double. Said double it up. When somebody came to me and told me, Miss Deborah, they told him to put extra sugar in spaghetti sauce. I said, no, they didn't. Looked on the can of spaghetti sauce and lo and behold, extra sugar. Everything from a soda, if it got 45 grams, it's got now 45 grams and got extra, include an extra 45 grams. That's because they know how to get it in the inside. They sent all those bulks, shipments of sugar over to Africa, and Africa sent it back. China did that. They sent it right back to them because they know they can destroy us from the inside as far as our flesh. You see? So Sister Deborah is not going to hold you all long, and I appreciate everybody in the live chat. I'm sorry I didn't get with you all. I was at last Friday. I was under the weather, and I just decided today I'm going to jump on here and give what Yah has been giving me, and he has been giving me a handful. The Asians and versus the blacks. The blacks are actually, our people are actually acting a fool with them. Y'all don't know this. Yes, your men and women are out there acting a fool. And the Asian is, whoever they are, they're acting a fool with them too. Doing what? Exactly what the beast ordered. He ordered it and they acted. The beast can sit and say, all black people wear pink. Tomorrow, by the end of next week, every black person would be go out and put on pink. That's just how they are. They follow everything of the evil. They don't follow nothing Yah said. Yah said, go to the light. They said, no, I got to go this way. So Sister Deborah said, I hope you all enjoyed the message, and I'm not going to hold you long. And I appreciate everybody in the chat, and I appreciate you all coming on in such a late notice. I just jumped on here and I'm just feeling what he had given me. He had given me this throughout the last 4 days. Yep, I told you about the open of the borders. He was just telling me about they open up the borders. That's some more chaos to come to the land. You see, they got those people, you don't know nothing about it. Those people, from what I heard, you don't know what you're dealing with. You see, they coming over here. They giving money. They're not giving this stuff, and this country's not doing this to make y'all happy. This war is on, y'all. The beast has let so much loose that it is unbelievable. And I'm gonna say it again. He has done an excellent job in the wicked that was created for the days of wicked. Because what has happened, being the prophets in the wilderness, I see how he did it. He just came in diving, and everybody jumped on the plane. No, nothing. All race, heathens, Gentiles, all tribes, everybody just jumped on. Yes, that third child, that 1/3, the house of Israel, you're going down. You're going down. You're not going to that land. So I'm gonna tell you right now, get your house in order, your real house. Don't let these men tell you your house is when your wife is submitting to you, or you ruling your building, your house, and then ain't got a job, but yet you ruler, you king, and ain't even been under Yah in spirit and truth. Don't have no power, none whatsoever. Don't be naive. So I, Sister Deborah, would say unto you, I'm going to keep on keeping on the way the Most High leads me. And I say unto you, thanks again for everyone being in the live chat. And I say shalom and shalom.